Have you ever noticed that some men walk into a room and instantly attract attention effortlessly? It's not about money, looks, or status. It's something deeper. It's a set of psychological triggers that make women feel desire for them, even without understanding why. And the best part? This can be learned. That's why in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how it works. Not to manipulate, not to harm, but so that you know how to handle it in the best way. When you apply this knowledge, you will naturally become the man she desires. But first, let me give you this powerful content. As always, leave a like and subscribe now. That way, you'll get more videos and I'll keep bringing value to your life. Simple, right? Deal? Then let's get started. The first female weakness they simply can't resist is being a man with selective attention. But don't be fooled. This goes much deeper than just ignoring some messages or pretending to be busy on purpose. It encompasses your entire life, from the women you associate with, to your goals, your work, and even the things you consume daily. We live in a world overloaded with stimuli. People are addicted to instant attention. Notifications pop up everywhere, and social media bombards us with irrelevant information. What happens? Most men give in to this without realizing it, and in doing so, they completely lose their value. They are always available, always seeking approval, always trying to please. And do you know what that communicates? Weakness, lack of purpose, lack of direction. Now, look at the other side. When a man is selective with his attention, he instantly triggers an unconscious switch in a woman's mind. She notices that he isn't easily distracted, that he isn't swayed by just anything, that he has a strict filter for what deserves his time. And that makes a woman desperately want to be one of those rare things that capture his attention. Why does this work so well? Simple. Because attention has value. Anything that is rare becomes valuable. What everyone can have, no one cares about. Now, what is rare, desirable, and hard to get creates desire. And that's exactly what happens in the game of attraction. But there's one key detail. Selective attention is not something you should fake. It's not a game. It's not deliberately responding after 3 hours or pretending to be busy. No, that's childish. Selective attention is a lifestyle. It's genuinely focusing on the things that matter. It's prioritizing your growth, your projects, your development. And believe me, when you truly do this, women notice. And more than that, selective attention doesn't just work on women. It defines your entire life. A man who learns to be selective about what he watches, the conversations he engages in, the energies he absorbs, automatically becomes more powerful. He doesn't waste time on distractions. He is not at the mercy of whatever the world throws at him. He is in control. Imagine two men. The first is always available, always on his phone, responding instantly to everything, watching whatever appears on his feed with no filter. The second has an intense life, full of goals, and only pays attention to what truly adds value. When a woman interacts with both, which one do you think will attract her more? Exactly. Women don't want a man who begs for their attention. They want a man whose attention they have to earn. They want a challenge, and a man with selective attention puts them in that position. They feel like they have to be interesting enough to attract his focus. So internalize this. Being a man with selective attention is not a trick, it's an attitude. If you give your attention to everything and everyone without criteria, you are wasting your value. But when you intelligently choose where you focus, you not only become more attractive, but also more powerful in all aspects of life. And moving on. Now, the second weakness is simply unshakable confidence, my friend. Well, Confidence comes in different forms. There's the confidence of someone who pretends to be confident but crumbles at the first rejection. There's superficial confidence, based only on looks or status. But what truly makes a woman see a man as irresistible is unshakable confidence. The kind that comes from within, that doesn't need to be proven, that is felt in his gaze, posture, and the way he moves through the world. Now pay attention. Confidence is not about speaking louder, thinking you're better, or trying to impress. True confidence is about presence. It's about knowing who you are and not needing anyone's approval to feel good about yourself. To have this confidence, I'll give you real value, my friend. Think about this. Have you ever seen a lion in a zoo? It's strong, big, has everything to be the king inside there. But do you know what the problem is? It has been domesticated. It doesn't have to hunt, it doesn't have to fight. It lost its instinct. Now compare that to a lion in the jungle. It is agile, dominant, deadly. It doesn't have to roar all the time to show who's in charge. It simply is. That's what separates a truly confident man from a guy who is just trying to look confident. A man with unshakable confidence doesn't seek approval, doesn't beg for attention, doesn't react emotionally to every challenge. He knows what he wants, and more importantly, he knows that no matter what happens, he will find a way. Why is this a psychological weakness in women? Because women are biologically wired to seek emotional security and stability. And nothing gives a greater sense of security than a man who is in control of himself. Imagine a plane going through heavy turbulence. If the pilot starts to panic, the passengers fall into despair. But if the pilot remains calm, speaks in a steady voice and stays in control, everyone feels safe. The same thing happens in any interaction with a woman. If she senses that your confidence easily crumbles, she loses respect. But if you are the man who maintains his stance in any situation, she will see you as a high-value man. Here's another metaphor to help you understand better. Imagine you're holding a glass full of water and someone bumps into you. What spills out of the glass? Water. Now, if your glass was filled with wine, wine would spill. What does this mean? That what comes out of you when you are challenged or under pressure reveals what you have inside. If you react with insecurity, anger, or the need to prove something, it means that inside you there is no real confidence. But if you remain unfazed, calm, and unshakable, it means your confidence is authentic. And finally, a third metaphor. Imagine you are in a store and you see two perfumes. One has an open bottle with samples everywhere. Anyone can grab and try it. The other is sealed, exclusive, placed on a high shelf. Which one gives a greater sense of value? The one that is rare and unavailable. The same goes for a confident man. He doesn't put himself out there too much. He isn't desperate to be recognized. He doesn't seek attention all the time. And that's why women value him more. Now pay attention. Unshakable confidence starts from within. If you feel insecure, if you need approval to feel good, you need to work on that. True confidence comes from experiences, from overcoming challenges, from a strong mindset, from a lifestyle that makes you truly alpha. All right, now I have to tell you something very important. I know you've been through this before. You see that incredible woman. She walks past you. There's an exchange of glances, maybe even a subtle smile. Your heart races. 1,000 thoughts rush through your mind. But you hesitate. Something blocks you. You feel that invisible pressure that stops you from taking action. But I really have a solution for you that changes everything. There is one small detail, one difference that separates men who succeed from those who constantly fail. It's not about looks, money, or status. It's about knowing exactly how to approach and what to say, effortlessly, fearlessly, and without rejection. And here comes the solution I've prepared for you. Imagine having in your hands a method that turns every exchange of glances into a real connection. A proven way that teaches you how to naturally spark attraction, without pretending, without desperation. A simple way to take her from interest to desire, from desire to a real connection, and from connection to a kiss, all without playing games, without pretending to be someone you're not. The truth is simple. Men who master this skill live at the top of the pyramid, while the rest get lost, repeating the same mistakes simply because they lack the right knowledge. What once seemed impossible is now within your reach. And trust me, this is not something you can afford to put off, because with each passing day, you're missing opportunities while other men master this art and attract the women you'd like to meet. The choice is yours. If you want to stay in the same place, ignoring this opportunity, that's fine. But if you decide to act now, everything can change for you, and fast. The ebook is pinned in the comments, and once you have this knowledge, no one can take it away from you. So, in short, you will always have the best women by your side. So click now and discover how to turn every opportunity into an unforgettable moment. The third weakness of women is simply a strong, firm, and trustworthy man. What does that look like? Simple, my friend. The key is consistency. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you make a commitment, you keep it. A man who says one thing and does another has no value. He becomes just another face in the crowd. But the one who stands by his word, who is solid and predictable in his firmness, that man is rare, and that is what women want. Let me share my personal experience with you, because everything I talk about is what I've lived. Look, I was never the type to drink. If I had 8 beers in my entire life, that would be a lot, because I never liked it, and I still don't. But the last time I drank, I had 4 beers. I remember that day very well because it was a mistake, not because I got drunk or did something ridiculous like smashing bottles, but because it went against my values. I knew it wasn't for me, and I knew that a woman I really liked told me, "Don't start drinking." And what did I do afterward? I made a promise to God and to her, and to this day, I haven't had another drink, and I never will again. Because when a man makes a promise based on his values, he keeps it. Why is this so powerful? Simple. Women constantly test men. They want to see if your word means something, or if you're just another guy who changes his mind depending on the situation. If you are a firm and trustworthy man, the woman by your side feels safe. She feels she can trust you, that she can rely on you, and trust breeds desire. Now think about this. How many guys say they'll start going to the gym and quit after a week? How many promise to change their lives but stay in the same place? How many say they want success but never take any action? Most of them. Now, a real man doesn't hesitate. He decides and does. And that, my friend, is a fatal weakness for women. Because a man who has his word, who has conviction, who has principles, that man is worth his weight in gold. That man is not easily replaced. That man is rare. And believe me, when you become that man, women will notice. Because being firm and trustworthy is not something you say. It's something you show. It's the way you behave, how you face challenges, how you handle your promises. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say something is part of your values, stick to it. And never, ever break your word under outside pressure. Remember, what I'm telling you is for your own good. And continuing. The fourth weakness that women simply cannot resist is a man with real, authentic passion. What does that look like? Simple. Most guys live for women. Everything they do revolves around pleasing them, impressing them, going to parties, adapting to what they think women want. And look, I'm not saying having fun is bad, but here's the thing. You can't afford to have fun if your life isn't in order. If your life is a mess, if you haven't built anything, if you have no purpose, then your main focus should be growth, not entertainment. Now, pay close attention. Women are not mesmerized by men who do everything to be with them. They are mesmerized by men who have something in life that moves them, something that makes their eyes shine. A career, a hobby, a mission, a purpose. That's what makes a man magnetic. Why? Because true passion is contagious. It creates an energy field around you. When you talk about something you truly love, your facial expression changes, your tone of voice becomes more intense, and that makes everyone around you feel that energy. Now answer me. What is your passion? What makes you get out of bed with excitement for life? What makes you lose track of time? What would you do even if you weren't paid for it? Women notice when a man is empty, when he has nothing that moves him, and they also notice when a man is complete on his own. And here's the secret. When a man has a true passion, he doesn't need female validation. He doesn't have to chase after a woman desperately. He doesn't have to prove anything. He just lives his truth, and women are naturally drawn to it. Because deep down, they don't want to be the center of your life. They want to be part of your journey. They want to feel that you're a man who already has his path, and that if she enters your life, it's because she adds value, not because you need her to feel complete. Now tell me in the comments, what is your passion? I want to know what you're good at, what you do with enthusiasm, what moves you. Because a man who knows his passion and lives it is a man who will always have options. And before I move on to the next weakness women can't resist, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Download your ebook now, because this way you'll get more videos, support the content created here, and most importantly, gain extra and incredible knowledge on how to approach women the right way. So, download your ebook now. And after all this, of course, there are many other weaknesses I could talk to you about here. So if you want a second part of this material, write in the comments, Part 2, Seduction, and I can bring you even more insights. But now, after everything you've learned, comes the final weakness, social pre-selection. My friend, the phenomenon of pre-selection happens when women notice that you are already desired by others. And this is not something you force. It's something that happens naturally when you become a valuable man. Because look, women don't want to be a man's only option. They want to compete for a man who already has options. Why? Because deep down, they are driven by social validation. If other women want you, it means you are worth it. How does it work? Simple. When you are seen in the company of beautiful women, even if they are just friends, your value automatically increases. Because in their minds, you have already been approved by other women. When a woman notices that you are not desperate, that you don't need her, that other women like you, she will want to know what's so special about you. When you live your life without begging for attention, without needing to prove anything, you become a high-value man. Women are not logical. They are emotional. They don't analyze this rationally. They feel it. And if they feel that other women accept you, you automatically become more attractive. And that's why many guys get stuck in the rejection cycle, because they try to convince a woman that they are a good choice. But seduction doesn't work that way. A woman must feel that you are already a good choice. And this happens when you build value before you even meet her. So pay attention. Be the man who lives his life with passion, who has options, who doesn't need to prove anything. And when you do that, my friend, women will notice. And that's it. That was today's video. Now you know what to do. Download your ebook now, because in it, I teach you how to approach the right woman in the right way. And of course, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and start watching other videos here to keep growing. Until next time, soldier.